I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I want the 2025 BMW X5 M Competition. This is in mineral white metallic over shack gear, full leather. I'm going to throw in some pros and cons and compare this against the competition. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and right off the bat, you're going to notice this is the most dynamic BMW in its class because you're getting a twin-turbo V8, which is known as the S68 engine code. The front full LEDs that integrate into the sleek but wide kidney grille. Gloss black is in the interior, matte black around it. In the lower is going to get the gloss black that's going to finish it off. And going in competition opposed to M60, you're getting 117 horsepower more. It's going to be the same torque, but this is going to be unlocked for track driving with the top speed up to 177 miles per hour. And going into competition, Audi has the RS Q8, which has a detuned Lamborghini Urus engine, more or less. It is quick in the 0 to 60s, but it's the same as this. And even if somebody puts in the comments, oh, I could get it faster than what they're quoting, a few tenths of a second isn't going to change the ball game. Because when you're going light to light, you're going to be side by side. So there's no point for that argument. And when you're considering the performance that you get out of these variants, even going into Mercedes, it's the same thing. They're just as quick as a Lamborghini Urus. It's a few tenths of a second faster, but you're going to have a huge savings going into the X5. House underneath the hood has the 4.4 liter BMW V8 M-powered turbo, which is a twin turbo, producing 617 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque paired to an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. X-Drive, which is M-tuned, which will give you 100% torque to the rear wheel off the line. 50.8, 49.2 weight distribution. You're not going to get that with Audi, Mercedes, even going into Lamborghini, which is the first reason why I want this vehicle. You not only have power, but this is a sports car lifted up. So it's a daily use and yet track driven because the 0 to 60 BMW is quoting at 3.7 seconds. 21 inch up front, 22 out back. It's a staggered wheel setup. So that's a 295/35 up front, 315/30 out back. Red brake calipers housing 6 pistons in the front. These discs, they're vented and slotted. It is ready for the track. M-spec side view mirrors, M adaptive suspension, M rear differential. Everything is tuned for the track, but sadly it takes me to a con. Most people that buy this vehicle never take it on the track. It's just a daily use vehicle. The same thing when you go to Audi, Mercedes, and even Lamborghini. But in the same aspect, if I had $140,000 to throw away, maybe I wouldn't take it on the track either. I mean, let me know what you would do. Standard LED taillights, that's smoked out. The lower gets the gloss black. Quad exhaust tips, front and rear parking sensors. I wish it had the vertical quad exhaust tips like the XM. It would look a lot more dramatic, especially when you have an M60i variant that shares the same engine, the S68. I get it, the aesthetics is still gonna look dramatic, but the XM looks a little bit more beefy in the rear and even in the front because of the way it sits up. And I understand it's longer, it's wider, but nobody wants a plug-in variant for an M. 48-volt mild hybrid, I'm all right with because you have to get with time, especially when you're looking to get better MPGs, but realistically speaking, 13 MPGs for the city, 18 MPGs for the highway, it's not going to break the bank, especially when you're at this price point. X5 M Competition at 33.9 cubic feet. It is a power liftgate that's standard, and this opens up 2 ways. Privacy cover opens up, 12-volt charger. Underneath the floor gets the spare tire. Bag holders on both sides. But unfortunately, to fold the rear bench, the same problem. You have to go into the back at that 60-40 split or the 40-20-40 split that will maximize cargo to 49.2 cubic feet. But we need to go inside, start up so you can hear the exhaust. The key fob for the X5 M Competition. Check this out. "20-way power seat adjustment for the front. Heated, ventilated, massage, X5M that will illuminate Shaq full leather, and it is a sport seat. It's more of a driver-focused setup. In-badging that will illuminate at night with the ambient lighting, carbon fiber found through the middle trim with the contrast stitch, heads-up display, Bow & Wilkins upgraded sound system. Let's fire it up. The Curve 1 panel is going to house a 14.9-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio. You can also watch YouTube and stream videos with a driver recorder, which is a dash cam, and that is for the front, the sides, and the rear using your 360-degree reverse camera, which when you switch it into reverse, you can see has full trajectory for the front and the rear. Click onto the More, and you have the 3D view, which you can just click onto these bullet points, or you can just simply use the gesture control. Click back here, and you got the car wash view that shows the trajectory for the front, as well as the backup assistance. Going into the air vents that will go seamlessly into the passenger and driver side, as well as a 12.3 digital gauge reader. We do have the AR, and you can go through an array of different content for the driver, as well as a heads-up display, the leather-wrapped steering wheel, multi-function, paddle shifts. So you got M1 and M2. These are nice because what you can do is you can put it here and you'll see it's already ready for sport. Hit M2, you can configure this to make it all sport derived if you're wanting to use it on the track, or just simply use it for a daily use on the road with your paddle shifts. The center will have a wireless charging pad, BMW's digital key, 12 volt, and these are heated and ventilated cup holders with a USB port. And you get a shifter when you go into the M instead of a rocker, gloss black around the iDrive, and it's going to be soft to touch. Opens up into a medium storage pocket with a USB port, auto dimming rear view mirror with a long panel moonroof. Door panel and dashboard configuring together nicely. I like the touch to feel here. You get the quilted inlays with the satin aluminum, carbon fiber, and the ambient lighting, and this is an aluminum mesh, not plastic, so they go all out. With a long storage pocket and a wider beverage holder and a storage nook for the driver. As for leg space, you're not going to have any issues at all. Soft closed doors, headroom is really good. The nice thing about the X5 is you're going to have charging ports between the seats, as well as two in the lower with the 12 volt. Dual climate control setting, heated rear seats, air vents in the center as well as the side, cup holders, and another storage pocket if you only want to fit two in the vehicle for the back. Fold that up to fit three with manual sunshades. And the door, it's going to have the same segment that's found in the front, the quilted inlay, satin aluminum, carbon fiber, and actual brush aluminum for the speaker mesh with about the same size storage pocket. Sliding into the center, the floor isn't completely flat, so you're going to be sharing some feet space, but it's not that much because this is a wide vehicle. The same thing with butt, leg, and shoulder space. Knee space, depending on how far you put the seats in the front, this is the way I would drive. You should be fine, as well as headroom. X5 M Competition with 617 horsepower, twin turbo V8, 553 pound-feet of torque. This is what everybody wants. Curb weight, just under 5,500 pounds. Look at some of, well, I was gonna show you some dynamics, but the Sierra is gonna be too quick for me. Now you get to hear the sound deadening. It's not bad. I don't have it in sport mode yet because we're just driving in local roads and there's no point with stop and go traffic. 6 pistons in the front, vented and slotted rotors. This is definitely a track performer. Top speed at 177 miles per hour. I mean, it is insane the specs that you're getting. 50.8, 49.2 weight distribution. I mean, how much closer can you get to a perfect 50-50? BMW does a great job with their dynamics and giving full-blown performance. And I get it, BMW's quoting 3.70 to 60. And I'm sure in the comments, people will say I get quicker speeds. A few tenths of a second isn't gonna make or break you, especially from a stoplight. Most people that buy this vehicle, unfortunately, don't track it, which is a problem to me because why would you buy such a masterpiece and not enjoy it at least once in a while on the track? But let me know your thoughts on that. It does feel more aggressive. It's gonna feel more sporty in the drive, especially the seats. We have the massage seats, ventilated seats. It's not that hot outside today, but definitely a delight that I have all of this cooling around me. And when you need to give it a go, the thing is ready. And I'm not even in sport mode, have you? The steering is light, so it's easy for the everyday drive. And you can still tow with a decent payload with this, so it's still somewhat family oriented. I mean, if you're at 138 grand price point. We got it in Sport Plus for the engine, the chassis, the steering is in Sport. We are ready to go as soon as the light turns green. You can just feel it vibrate. Here we go. Man, it's a symphony to my ear. And if I had a camera to show you in the back, I was actually next to a Tesla. That wasn't next to anything special, but man, he is definitely in my rear view mirror. It's gonna take me to some pros and cons. Starting off with the pros is the performance, the luxury, the technology. It does every single thing you want for a sports car, but yet it's an SUV, so it's lifted up and you can just mash on the gas, or you can drive it and coast and hear that exhaust note, or turn up the upgraded Bauer & Wilkins sound system. Going into cons is it is going to be a lot more rigid in the drive because this is full M tune, the suspension, everything about it. Honestly, it's really hard to say anything that's bad about the vehicle when you're getting such a good value, other than them increasing the price to near 140 grand. That is a huge problem for me because you used to be able to pick up this example a couple years ago for about $115, $120, which was a steal. And then we do now receive the competition package standard. What that entails is a ton of water pumps as well as radiators to cool the system, because this is actually track worthy underneath the hood. Most vehicles don't go this extra extent unless you're spending over $150 to near $200,000. So that definitely is a pro. Some other cons is you still have to option features, and I feel that when you get into the X5 M Competition, because of the starting price that is a lot more so than the M60i, they should give you a lot of features standard. I get it, you're getting more power, but it's the same S68 engine in the M60i. Enough with specs, let's see it go. Handling is amazing. Agile and crisp. Oh, those cracks come in nice and deep. Visibility is great. It's a picked up sports car, which is the second reason why I would option this. But to really get to that last reason why this is my favorite sports car that's lifted up into an SUV is not just a straight line, the curvy road, the technology, the all blend performance. Look at it go. Puts a smile on your face so big that everybody can see it. You got stopping power because you got 6 pistons in the front. You got cooling underneath the hood. They've taken care of every attribute. Going against competition, this is going to be a steal because Mercedes, you're going to be paying more money, and the 0 to 60 is just as quick in this. Going against Audi, this can be faster. I mean, at the end of the day, a few tenths of a second, whether it's a plus or minus, going even against the Lamborghini Urus, you're going to be neck and neck at a stoplight. And all of them do this. But my take is which one does it a little bit more fun, saving some money in your pocket, and better in service? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like, and I'd like to thank BMW of Wesley Chapel for giving us this 2025 BMW X5 M Competition for our car review.